I want to do something like this. It's a Northern Lights look. I'm going to go back afterwards and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use acrylic paint and paint in the trees over it. I went and mixed up my epoxy. I figured out 7x16 board with 5 ounces per square foot, which is excessive, puts me at about 4 ounces per board, okay? So what I made up the 8 ounces. I'm gonna pour off about an ounce in these little cups. Now, I've mixed my epoxy for about 2.5 minutes. These are gonna be my Northern Light colors once I add my additives. When you're mixing your epoxy, make sure you mix it really good. Scrape your sides. I mean, I already did that before, but I'm gonna do it again. Try to get your bottom as well. It leaves me 3 per board to add my glitter because I'm going to have stars in the background. Last time I did my galaxy art, it was ridiculous amount of glitter. So I'm going to start with a little bit, mix it through, and just see where I'm at. Just a touch more. That's it. And this is silver glitter from Stone Coat Epoxy. Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy, excuse me. So you can see the amount of glitter that's in there. So that'll give me some star looking. All right, now I'm using some Cohill products. This is stuff he gifted us. It's some of his expired stuff. You can't buy it anymore. He had some leftovers. He liked what I was doing, so he said, here, I want to gift you this. I was like, all right, cool. So they didn't have names, so I named them. This one we named Lip Gloss, which is going to be my reddish pink. And I'm going to use some of this orange creamsicle, I think I ended up calling it. That's pretty.
Mm-hmm. Those metallic powders.
Yes. And then some seafoam green was what I named it. Looking good. And the girls that I helped teach how to do some epoxy called this Toy Story Sky Blue, or Toy Story Blue, whatever. I went with it. It's a pretty blue. And there you go. Let's pour on my glitter. About half on each board. It'll give me a little bit of stars in the background. Not overpowering like my last one.
I agree.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a little bit of blue here. I'm gonna run a little bit of this green. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swipe these over.
That's pretty.
I may do more, I don't know. Let's put the green on the bottom of this one. A little more than the other. Some blue. Go ahead and swipe these. And in the center, I want to do orange. And then lip gloss. I think I'm going to drag these down some too. cool. This one I'm going to do a little different. Hit it with a heat gun, and that's going to move this around a little bit too. So, get some of my extra glitter, get it around my edges. I'm just going to see where my artistic ability takes me. I'm going to try anything, play, have fun. That's what it's all about. Okay, let's start with this. Let's see if I can't soften it up a little. Give it a little wisp to it. You can see how the metallics are kind of like blending together. This one seems a little too symmetric. I think I'm gonna fix that. Let me blow this gold, this orange and purple kind of over it a little. So it kind of intermix a little. It's not just so. What if I take a little red here? This. And over here, I'll take a little orange. Makes it look a little bit more natural, I think.
This is still a hard line on this side. That side looks good.
Okay, let me try a swipe. Oh, look at that. think they're pretty cool. Not bad for a Northern Lights look.
Yep, first time.
First time. So I went ahead and I did my Northern Lights with epoxy, and then you saw how I went and painted my silhouette of my forest foreground, and this one I got a bear in. So today I'm just going to top coat it, but since I'm top coating, she made these wonderful Christmas ornaments with acrylic paint, and we're going to top coat that with epoxy also. So she's going to get her hands dirty today with some epoxy. So, you know, I went and mixed for 2.5 minutes. I went and gave my timer another 10 minutes, and I just want to let this set up a little bit. I don't want to be too runny. It's not going to be as important on my board, but when we put it on those, it's going to run. So I actually might, after I get them on this board here, which I need about 4 ounces. I made 10. I'm thinking 2 ounces should cover all of that. I didn't sand my boards. Adam told me that I don't have to, and he's done some amazing work with epoxy and then painting over it. And you know what? It's not a counter. So I really don't, I'm not concerned about a mechanical bond as much. It'll still bond. And it's art. It's just going to hang on a wall. No one's going to be damaging it. So.
And he's talking about Adam DeRay, D-A-R-E. If you want to look him up for his art, he's awesome.
He's awesome. He does really amazing stuff. He inspired me to do this. So here we go. I was worried because this paint is very flat, but as the epoxy is going over it, I can see how this black that I painted on here, my silhouettes, are really popping.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm not as level as I would like to be, but I'm just going to smear this around. Oh my goodness. I was really concerned about that flatness, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah, it's beautiful. While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start epoxying my Christmas ornaments. All I did was did acrylic paint pours with various colors over these. I'm not putting a thick layer of epoxy on these bulbs, just a thin layer. Bring out the color. Making sure I get the bottom of the base.
Would you like some help with your balls?
Sure.
All right.
A lot of people, I see comments on some of my groups that they're afraid to use epoxy. There's no need to be afraid. Of course, I've never mixed any myself. Mike always does that. But if you mix it right, get your portions right, mix it the right amount of time
Make sure you scrape your sides and bottoms really good.
as you're mixing.
So I mixed for 2.5 minutes, and then I went and put a 10-minute timer and mixed again. So it should be really mixed up well. Now we're blessed because I've been seeing a lot of people are having allergic reactions with epoxy. We don't, because we're blessed. But, you know, though epoxy may be an awesome medium to work with, if it's causing you health issues, man, there's other options out there. They're not going to be epoxy, but I hate when you get sick. So, you know, some people say you have to wear a respirator. I don't.
There's no VOC, there's zero VOC, so there's no smell, there's no odor.
No. All right, well, now what you have to do is sit around and babysit for a while, and then we'll show you some final results.
Yep.
And go from there.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so as you can see, this really came out great. You're going to see a final picture of it. And doing the epoxy on these was like silly easy. So remember, until next time.
That was easy.